Let's take a closer look at each element in this architecture. First of all, the Playwright Object. The Playwright Object is the starting point for any Playwright test. It's where you launch a new browser instance. So like we've seen in our code, the way we get started with a Playwright test script is we call playwright.create. And that's what's going to enable us to create our Playwright object, which is the starting point for our tests. From there, we can go ahead and create our browser instances. So from our Playwright object, what we can see is we can call the Chromium, Firefox, or WebKit methods to launch a particular type of browser that we can see here. So if we call Playwright Chromium.launch, that will kick off a Playwright Chromium browser. Now, always remember to call the launch method. If you just type Playwright Chromium, it will return a browser type, which won't be very much use to you. What you need to always do is remember the launch method. There is a fourth method that we see on the Playwright object called request. This is really cool. This enables you to, in your same test, interact with an API endpoint. Why would you want to do that? Well, often in your test suite, you'll want to interact with your user interface, your web pages, but you'll also want to interact with the backend with API calls to, for example, set up test data, or to check the state of your system after some sort of interaction, or to fast forward and get to a particular state. For instance, if you've got a shopping caddy, a shopping application, you might want to have your user register and add some items to the shopping cart via your API, and then use the Chromium browser to test the shopping cart checkout function. So this is a really useful feature that we will be looking at later on